everyone, and welcome back to the Unbothered podcast, where we talk about America's fifth sport, MTV's The Challenge. Today, we have a special guest with us, the one and only Malik from the Love War Challenge podcast.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
Thanks for joining us. We're going to be talking about the most recent episode of All Stars, and we'll also talk a little bit about the most recent episode of season 37. It'll probably be a little different for Malik. He's used to running the show. And today he's going to be doing more of the commentary. So it'll be interesting to see if the roles reversed. If they are not already following you, Malik, tell the people where they can find you.
Well, you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Malik_MTV. Also follow Love Word Challenges on TikTok and Twitter.
Nice. And I will put in the text so that way if anybody watches, they know exactly where to go. If you're not already following us, which if you're watching this, you should be by now, on YouTube, we are the Unbothered Podcast. We have the fan groups on Facebook. It's Challenge Unbothered and Entertainment Unbothered, where we talk about everything else outside the challenge. Instagram is the Challenge Unbothered, and Twitter is at UnbotheredPod1. Give us a follow, give us a like, all that good stuff, so you don't miss the releases. We have some really cool interviews coming up. So if you're not following us, you won't know when they pop out, and you're going to want to see them. So I'm going to jump right into it. The most recent episode of All Stars is the 4th episode. It is called New Divide. If you do not remember what happened last week, Jody and Kahada won the eliminations. They are coming in with the life shields. Unfortunately, I'm going to say goodbye to Ryan and Sophia. I'm really sad. I love Ryan. And I wanted Sophia to have more.
Yeah, she was definitely done dirty.
Yes, she was.
I mean, do you guys ever remember a 360 that's been this big? That's a pretty big 360 for old girl that put her in.
It's like less than a half an episode. She went from up here to down here.
Nadine brought it up today that she heard that it was sort of calculated on Ayana's part. I had not heard that, so that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was listening to, I think it was the Challenge Mania episode that Leah did, and Scott asked a question about, I guess when they have like their patron Zoom events that they do like once a month. Leah was at a recent one and Ayana popped in, and Leah, I guess, was kind of indifferent to Ayana being there. And then obviously the episode happened with the elimination and everybody was like crying happy tears, etc. So fans were like confused. They're like, this is weird because we're seeing this and it seems so uplifting. So why is she acting that way? Well, apparently people in the house told Leah that, if I'm remembering correctly, essentially that Ayana doing that was not completely genuine and authentic for an uplifting purpose. It was kind of like this is a good moment for my character, for my storyline. And I guess because her energy kind of shifted. That's what I heard.
That makes a whole lot of sense. And that really sucks. That's really disingenuous. It seemed like such a wholesome moment. I mean, I'm watching episode 2. I'm checking outside, like, it is such a great moment for women. And
yes.
Now it just really takes away the whole thing. That is the worst.
Well, I had said it last time too. I was like, I never was an Ayana fan. I've always found her obnoxious. But then she won me over in that episode. And I was like, oh, that was just an amazing moment. And then she just like turned into an asshole again. So
yeah.
And
True colors came out.
Brought it up on the Sophia episode of Challenge Mania because that was right after Leah, and she kind of alluded to it could be possible in a way because she was like, it's really heartbreaking and et cetera, et cetera. So if when they do the reunion, it's gonna be spicy.
We can't ever have nothing nice. Like I was really swept up in it. I was just like,
me too.
Man, this is the stuff that makes the challenge so great, and now it's just like, this is what I get for believing.
I think we all feel that way, though.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
We were all ugly crying, and then 10 minutes in episode like 3, we're like, God damn it! What are you doing? So yeah, definitely interesting to see how quickly the tides are turning for some people. So Jody says it's her first elimination win ever, and it's her only second elimination ever. And it's kind of like mind-blowing because how many people can say, I mean, I don't remember off the top of my head how many seasons Jody did prior to All Stars, but that's at least how many? 3 or 4? Yeah. So to only have ever been in one elimination in 3 or 4 seasons, that's pretty damn iconic. Like,
people forget
and
how
the first
she was.
solo female winner.
Yeah, and she first solo female winner, and she won one of the other seasons. So that's just crazy.
Do you remember her first elimination?
Wasn't it against Veronica?
Yeah, like the little mummy wrap.
Yes. That's...
Oh.
Oh, how far the challenges come.
Yeah, oh, how far we have come is for sure. So alliances are starting to form pretty quickly, especially among the guys, based on the rooms that the guys are in. So you kind of have Derek on one side with like Kahada and MJ, and who else was in that? There's like 5 of them.
Brad, of course,
and Darrell.
Yeah, I think then Melinda was in their room or something.
Melinda's in the other room. So
that's right. Yeah.
MJ and Darrell and them are like talking game in their room. Nehemiah's eavesdropping. So he turns around and shuffles and he goes and finds Latarian. And then they start talking
and
game
Tech
plans
and Steve and them.
With Tech and Steve and Melinda. And that's the other alliance. So they start discussing the game plans because they're like, they have the numbers on their side and we really don't. So we're going to have to try and get them when we can. Hopefully one of us wins the daily. And Nehemiah just seems to be annoyed with Derek K for choosing Derek C as the house vote in the first elim and only him instead of Ryan, I guess. I think it's stupid to be annoyed about that still.
It seems a bit one-sided. Like Nehemiah is so much more offended. Like to Derek, it's kind of like he's an afterthought. But to Nehemiah, he just feels, and I don't think it's that serious, but once you're in game mode, it just seems so much more exacerbated. So it really seems one-sided, and it's kind of weird to me. To me, I think it would benefit him to let it go.
Yeah, and even Darrell comments, he's like, they have this weird fake beef, but I don't know how fake it is. And I feel like to Derek, it's more of like a joking beef. And Nehemiah is taking it more seriously. And I think it's catching Derek off guard because he's like, I think we're being playful. And Nehemiah's like, nah, fuck you. And as we see, that might be very well how Nehemiah actually feels. So now we have the daily. It is trivia. It's really early for trivia, but I'm not upset since we didn't get
my
it
favorite.
In 37. My favorite. And poor Katie. She doesn't.
She has caught a bunch of crap this week because people are like,
I feel terrible for her.
I know. And you know what? I feel awful for her because I'm afraid of heights too. So I get it. I wouldn't even get up there and let them put that suit on me. Like I wouldn't even go that far. I would just be like, throw me in elimination.
It's a lot to get scared by, especially since you don't really get you don't really get much second chances. It's just like once you go and you're going to be out, like who wouldn't be scared about that? It's so easy to be in a highly stressful situation, have a brain fart, and then boom, you're gone.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, like for heights, for me, I mean, I would struggle with all of it, but it's one thing. They're dumping you off a 10-story building versus maybe 30 feet over water. I don't know why there's a difference to me, but there is. Like, I'd much rather be dumped over water than 10 stories off a building.
Yeah.
That's just me.
And it's not like a flat side of a building.
Right.
There's like, like my roommate was watching it with me and she was like, yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't do it either. Just like you swing right into the side of the fucking building
and
into a balcony.
There's like a glass partition there.
Yeah. Like I think like when Ayana ends up, falling down, you like see her like swing in between like the balcony openings. I'm like, oh my God, that's too much slack. That's too much. Absolutely not. So the ladies end up going first. Katie basically has a panic attack and says, I don't fucking care. I'll go into elimination. Get me the fuck off of here. I can't do this. So Katie's automatically going to go into elimination. So the rest of the ladies play just to sort of see who's going to be.
Kendall was really right about that too. Like, if she wants to get off, Just
yeah,
off.
just there. It's no. She knows she's gonna go in elimination. Like, there's no point in her having a panic attack about it. It only.
And I feel like it was escalating. Yeah, I actually felt really bad for her. Yeah, I know that fear.
I can't imagine that fear. So, Jasmine is like, no, Ayanna goes out right at first, essentially. Like, if Katie wouldn't have quit, Ayanna might have been the first one out and going to elimination. The question was, you had to name the different names of the elimination arenas through the challenge. And Ayanna's answer was Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. I know she did it as a joke because she had no fucking idea. So off she went, swinging 10 stories, down, swinging in between the balcony floors. It's freaking terrifying. Poor Jasmine goes out on a Britney Spears song question because she says the same song somebody else said. So it's just like one after another. Kendall gets the football question wrong about college football. Who
doesn't know about the SEC?
Thank you. I was screaming, LSU! LSU! That's my team.
I mean, when I thought about it, I was like, that must be like a Southeast thing, which I should really know because I did live in Alabama for like 8 years.
Well,
you got the cornerstone of the SEC.
Alabama crushed Georgia tonight.
I saw that.
I wanted them both to lose, but
that's because you're an LSU fan.
That's right.
I only know that Alabama won because I follow Amy from Floribama Shore. So that's the only reason why I know. But Kendall gets it wrong. She says BYU, which is like
Brigham Young
University. Yeah, the Mormon college.
One. Right.
Yeah, definitely not South at all. But bless her, because I would have been like, I don't know either. So I would have gone off too. Janelle misses some restaurant question. I didn't catch it the 3 times I watched this episode. Tina gets so that one of the questions was the individual like champion question. She gets one wrong and I'm like, Cara Maria. They had so many challenge winner questions and nobody said Cara Maria. I was so upset.
Yeah.
Especially Brad later on because
right.
I'm like, you were on a season that she fucking won.
Well, I was seeing where people were like, do you think he was afraid to say Tori?
Yeah.
He could have named her, but
would have been
maybe he just like chose not to.
I'll just go out first. It's fine.
Let me just take myself out of here.
Yeah.
That's literally pride before the fall.
Yeah, exactly. So Jody goes out after Tina, then Melinda, and it comes down between Johnny and Casey. And the question is, you have to name the 7 books in the Harry Potter series. Johnny in her confessional, she's like, I got this. I've read all the books. I love Harry Potter. Blah, blah, blah. Casey's like, I've never really read the books, but I've seen some of the movies. So they're going back and forth, each naming the correct one. Well, Johnny has a brain fart and she forgets the one that they didn't say, which by the way was the 5th one, Order of the Phoenix. Because they didn't go in any type of order, so it threw her off. And Casey ends up winning. She wins a trivia challenge. It's her first daily by herself winning. She's like, thank God, because I'm terrified of heights. Now that we know she's pregnant and was pregnant at that time, thank God she didn't get flung off that freaking platform because I would have been terrified. But yeah, Casey wins. She's so excited. And as we see later, she uses that power to her advantage and she really pisses me off.
It's wild. How does the challenge keep missing these? It seems like it's happening so much more, especially in the past couple of seasons. I mean, one in the blue we can get, but like coming off of the last season, it's just like, well, maybe we got to, check some extra stuff. I just don't understand how it's keep being missed.
Yeah, and Bettina was like 15 weeks along by the time she got eliminated.
Wow.
It's not like Melissa Reeves maybe where she was like maybe a week to 2 weeks pregnant when she went in. Like she had to have been like a few weeks along, which means they're not testing them.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a HIPAA thing,
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Well, was it Natalie from Survivor? Wasn't she?
I don't think it was Natalie. I know Melissa. Bettina.
Natalie, because she
other Natalie,
figured it out. Yeah, that was
from Survivor.
Double Agents, and she decided to leave. And now Casey. So Casey, Bettina, Natalie, Melissa.
That's a lot.
That's four seasons in a row, basically. That's freaking crazy. So
I think they just asked them, "Hey, real quick, are you pregnant? You sure? All right, come on.
All right, cool. No worries. Come on.
Get in the car.
We'll take your word for it.
Yeah, we'll take your word for it. We'll do death-defying stunts, and everything will be cool. No problem. People lose organs here all the time.
I get it, but at some point, you don't want the unthinkable to happen on the show. And that, which is going to be a huge talking point in the news cycles. It's, you identify that there's a problem, find a way to nip it in the bud before, you hope for the best, but expect the worst.
Right.
So they got to figure that out.
That's exactly it.
They're signing all sorts of like medical things. You would think that would be something that they would check, like hardcore check.
But even if they're covered legally, if that was to happen this season on the challenge, something happens, she falls, finds out, no amount of legal coverage will protect that bad publicity that come from it.
Yeah.
I feel like the challenge is only a couple of shots away from being over with all of the stuff coming out of racism and all this other stuff. I think if it takes one too many shots too quick together, it could be the end of it.
Well, we've already seen the ratings have dropped big time. So.
Exactly. And most importantly, the challenge is an expensive show. It's the most expensive show on MTV, the one they put their most money into. So if it starts to make sense that like, hey, we can clip this budget some and we're not going to lose a whole bunch of ratings, you don't want that to be a better option than us having, the show that we love.
100%.
Right.
Whew, so true. Speaking facts completely.
That's what I do.
I know we got a little off subject. It's okay. We'll get back to All Stars, and we're going to continue ranting. I just know it. Like I said, Casey wins. The guys are next. Brad goes out first. What is it? Oh yeah, the question
the Katie question.
No, yeah, name people who have won multiple seasons, and that's when I was like, dude, you were literally on a season with somebody who got her second win. Cara Maria. Like the whole reason you were partnered with Kyle on like hello.
But there's just so many. It's like nothing came to mind. You're not even that far removed from the show to be having this kind of difficulty with the question. It was a gimme.
Has he only won once?
He only got one. Yeah.
Okay.
Cutthroat.
I have to think that standing the 10 stories up there has to have some effect on your mental acuity.
I'll give him a pass.
I'll
give him a minor pass just this one time, just because I like Brad in general, so he'll get a pass. MJ is out next because he says the name of the city, not a state. He says
New Orleans is not a state.
No, Louisiana is though, so I think that's probably what he meant to say, and he had a brain fart. 10 stories up. Nehemiah's out third because he got the Tom Cruise movie question wrong. I don't blame him. I would have tried Mission Impossible 4 too.
That was funny.
Even though there is a fourth Mission Impossible, it's just called something else.
Ghost Protocol.
Yeah, see, I would have been like 4.
I never saw past the first one.
Don't ask me those.
The last 3 are really, really good.
The last 3.
The last one.
The ones I didn't watch.
3. They're better.
Are they?
You did well.
Check them out then.
You'll like them.
Hang on one second.
Are we live?
Are we having technical difficulties? So anyway, maybe I will check out those 3. I don't know why I didn't watch the others. I liked the first one.
Because the first one was good. The second one was also good. The third one was terrible.
Oh, terrible. It was bad.
It was so terrible, they didn't even make another one for like another 10 years. But the one that came after that, it was like, okay, this is back good. And then the next 2 after that were phenomenal.
Okay, interesting. Huh. Yeah, I'll check it out.
I don't know.
I pretty much...
Frankie.
Oh.
I don't know.
We can edit all this out.
It's fine. I like when we have the side combos.
Yeah.
We'll cut it in post.
So is he really gone? Is he not there?
So I'm definitely catching up on the Entertainment Weekly recap and just going with the flow. I'm so
You're
full
doing
of shit.
good. You act like
gonna
you
be
know
like,
what you're
how did you
talking
know
about.
it was New Orleans?
I'm reading. They do a pretty good recap. Usually I avoid these, but now they are coming in handy.
Nice. Well, Nadine's giving you what happened play by play too. So
Yep.
Yeah, but he's like jumping. He's like, I can't believe he said New Orleans.
I
I'm
know.
like, I thought he said he didn't watch this.
You said it so cute though, New Orleans.
Oh, how did I say it?
Is that what you said, New Orleans?
New Orleans. I don't know.
Yeah,
New Orleans.
it's New Orleans.
See, now that's just gonna mess with me for like a
Orleans.
week. New Orleans. Is it Orleans or Orleans? See, now y'all got me.
It's Nolans.
Nolans. One of the few places I haven't been.
Oh, I used to live there.
I bet it's amazing.
It's amazing. But I would never leave Florida. I love Florida.
Too hot for me.
It's going to be 81 on Monday.
It's pretty warm down here too.
No.
Yeah.
Thought
Love
the
it.
zebras was the fastest animals?
Was fastest what?
Oh, I read it.
Oh, for the question?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that because I have the list. So okay. So MJ's out, Nehemiah's out. I love the song that they use. It's Raining Men.
Rain Man, yes,
The guys
that's
are
dope.
falling. Perfect.
That was awesome.
And then Derek K's out, Kahutta, Tyler, Darrell's after him. I do love TJ's joy in this. He's just having a wonderful time.
His laugh makes everything funnier.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
So
for sure.
Steve ends up winning against Latarian because the question is name the 10 fastest land animals. And obviously, Steve gets the first one right because it's cheetah. What do you guys think are the other fastest land animals?
You gotta, I don't know, you gotta put an impala in there.
Put a what?
Impala?
Impala?
It's like a cat.
Oh, let me see.
Wait, no, it's like a goat thing, isn't it?
Is that? I think it's closer to a deer.
I was wrong on both counts.
I'm gonna bring it up. I found the list earlier.
Yeah, because the fastest
is the cheetah.
The fastest is cheetah. They could do 60 miles.
I knew that. I feel like everybody knows that one.
The second is called the pronghorn.
Okay, that's also like a deer.
Yes, and then a springbok, which is a type of small gazelle. It goes up to 55 miles per hour. It's got to run away from the lions. The quarter horse is 54 miles an hour. The wildebeest.
Really?
Got to run away from the lions.
Is that fast?
I'm learning a lot right now. I didn't know any of these.
Then the lion.
Oh.
The black buck. It's an Indian antelope.
Okay.
The hare, like the rabbit.
Oh,
I didn't even think of that.
Up to 50 miles per hour. That's insane. Greyhounds.
Okay.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Kangaroos.
Where is this list from?
It's safarisafricana.com.
So is it kangaroos just because they cover so much ground with each
they
hop?
hop. Yeah,
So, it says kangaroos. Now this is in kilometers. So like when they go fast spurts, they go at 44 miles per hour. Cruising speed is 25 kilometers, whatever the hell that is in miles.
Have you ever seen those videos of the kangaroos that are like jacked and they come up to like the people and they're just like
they will take your wife and your kids.
Yes, they look all roided out. Those are creepy.
And I recently learned kangaroos and dogs do not get along. Like kangaroos absolutely hate dogs.
So do llamas.
Really?
Or it's alpacas. It's alpacas. Naturally do not like dogs because they look like coyotes to them.
That makes sense.
Okay.
I learned that on TikTok. Oh, and by the way, the 10th fastest land animal is the African wild dog.
Okay.
I don't even know what that is.
We learned something.
Yo, wild dogs are vicious. They're smaller they're a lot smaller than hyenas, but like them, they roll in these big packs.
They look like cuter versions of cheetahs with little round ears.
I'm gonna go look all of these up because I don't know what half those animals are.
Yeah, you should. Most of them are like antelope and gazelle type things, a couple of cats, a dog, that kind of thing.
So I would not have gotten anything past cheetah because cheetah was the only one that I knew the answer to.
Yeah, I would have said ostrich, but I guess they didn't make the list. Yeah. So Steve ends up winning, and Nehemiah
Baby hands won.
It's crazy how guys like Steve and Nehemiah went from being on the bottom of the totem pole, and now they're right there at the top. You gotta love this show.
Yeah, and I'm torn too between the two guy groups because, well, one, I like everybody on the show, even Ayana. I don't want people to go home. I still like them to be around, but I'm torn because Nehemiah is probably my least favorite guy. But I love everybody else in his group. So,
see, I like Nehemiah. I just don't expect a lot out of him. It's like I like him. I think he's great for the show. But it's just like, yeah, if you can make 9 to 10 episodes, like that's good for you, man.
Yeah. I don't dislike him. He's just not my favorite.
I generally like Nehemiah, but he's pissing me off this season.
Yeah, he's coming off. I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad thing to be really driven to win. He seemed like this is my year, really wants to, but he's also coming off as unlikable. But I also think that that's a theme for a lot of people, to win. It kind of encapsulates, what happened with Cara. Oh yeah, Cara's cool. Everybody likes Cara. And the Cara's like, fuck this. I'm going to, oh, can I curse?
Yes, you can.
Fuck this, I'm good. Fuck this, I'm gonna go out and win. Everybody's like, oh no, I don't like her. She's too driven. Right. She cares too much about the show. And this may be a great thing for Nehemiah going forward, but we gotta see how it's gonna shake out.
Yeah. Like I said, I like all the guys on his team.
Yeah. And so they start talking about nomination possibilities. It's an alliance. Nehemiah suggests the idea of using Jody and Kahada as two of the options because his reasoning is they're going to use their life shields on themselves. And that way it gets rid of the possibility of one of them, especially Jody, using their life shield on someone like Derek. Because that's ultimately who Nehemiah wants to get put into elimination. He tells Steve, he threw you in the first time. So we got to do this now. And, Steve's like, okay. And he's going with it, whatever. And so Katie only asked, she's like, I just don't want to go against Kendall. I've already done it once. I don't want Kendall to be the one going against me. Steve, you're supposed to be my friend. Use your head. Don't put somebody in that I could be going against that could really, truly beat me. Steve's like, yes, Katie. Okay, great. And then he goes and meets Casey to talk about who they're going to nominate. And Casey takes absolute charge of the conversation. He does suggest the idea of putting Jody and Kahada up. She thinks it's a genius idea. She praises his geniusness, even though it's Nehemiah's geniusness that Steve's repeating, which Casey, I'm sure, knows now. And that's exactly what they do. So they put Jody and Kahada up along with, I think it was Ayana and Tyler. Right? Because yes. I think Kendall was then who they swapped in once Jody took her name off. They call in Jody and Kahada. Obviously, they're going to be like, well, we're using our life shields on ourselves.
All right.
They take their names down, and who did they put up? Derek and Kendall. What did Katie not want? Kendall. Who would she also probably not want? Ayana.
Yep.
So, needless to say, a lot of people are surprised. Derek isn't super surprised, but he's pissed. Katie is fucking pissed. She is pissed at Steve. She's like, what the fuck did I tell you? What did I say? I
thought the direction was pretty clear.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, but Kendall's got the votes. It's probably going to be Ayana. And she's like, that's not a gift.
How is that better?
It's not any better, Steve. Ayana's 3 times my size and she's a fucking beast, Steve.
Steve.
And he's just like,
you can hear the annoyance when she says Steve.
Like that would be me if I was in the house. Well, I don't know, Steve.
I hate the way that it ended up, but that was a baller move on their part. Like, you can't, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It was great strategy.
Yeah.
Great strategy.
Great strategy.
And surprising, like, coming from you. Like, all right.
Right. And I can't hate them for the game move, but I'm pissed because I love Derek. And I love
Although
Katie.
He was being a little bit of an ass on this episode. Let's be real.
He was feeling himself a little bit.
Because
you know
what? You all forced my burn shields.
I mean, think about it. Nehemiah is the guy who played, second fiddle to, to a guy like Evan, and then just had to sit there and watch as his season would get torched. And now he gets to be Evan. It's funny how, stuff that happened to you in the past, you end up becoming sometimes the thing that you hate. And he's coming off like an Evan.
Good call, yeah.
I agree with you.
I just thought of that.
Yeah, and I mean,
I can't stand
as
Evan,
much as I love Derek.
Always
you see when deliberation time comes around. First of all, it's hilarious because Ayana takes her clothes off. She's like, I'm wearing my uniform underneath. Like, I'm ready. Put me in. I don't care. I'm good.
It was a great
Katie
callback.
is fucking sweating. Katie's like, oh God, this is not going to be good for me. Derek is pissed at Casey and Steve's game moves. Casey doesn't give a single fuck about how pissed he is. He's like, you all burned my life shields. And Casey's like, your life shields?
Your life shield. I have to say, she looks so beautiful. That white
Queen
dress.
of the South, as MJ called her.
I need that white dress. It was, she looked gorgeous.
She looked gorgeous.
I guess she had that pregnancy glow.
People's heads off.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And then eventually Derek and Ayana end up getting voted in. Whose side are you guys on? Are you on the Derek side or the Nehemiah side of this?
And I like both of these guys immensely, but it's hard for me to root against Derek. He's such a big personality. He obviously loves being such a happy to be here kind of guy. And it's a great energy. And he's really positive about a lot of stuff, while Nehemiah's side seems to be a little bit more calculating and manipulative. I think Derek is easier to vote for at this time. Yeah.
I'm going to miss his outfits.
Yeah, they're great.
His chubby's outfits. Chubby. He's like their fucking unofficial spokesperson.
And between Derek and Nehemiah, I am more of a fan of Derek. So, I don't know. Yeah.
I get why Nehemiah wanted it done. I understand that. I love Derek.
Huge person got taken out.
Yeah,
overall, the guys should all be
because
happy.
I love Derek and Brad.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. Even though those guys go back and forth and maybe playful, maybe a little bit serious, to Nehemiah, Derek has been and always has been a threat, a pain in his ass. And he got a chance to get him taken out. He probably feels a little bit more personal about it than he should. But when you take it at face value, it makes a lot of sense for him. Take out a guy who has no problem saying your name whenever it suits him.
Right. Mm-hmm. And aside from having numbers on your side, you can't tell me the other guys a little bit were like, okay, I'm talking Brad, and they're all like, we took out somebody that eventually we would have to go against as well.
Or worst case, put him in the final. I mean, he didn't do great. He didn't do that great last season, but he's still very much a threat. He can run. He can do a lot of things, and now he's gone.
Right.
Absolutely.
I would rather take on a Latarian in the final than a Derek. Latarian's big. He might gas out at some point. Derek, Jesus Christ, the energy on that guy. You hear his podcast? Can't stop.
I know. It's true.
Can't stop talking.
No, he can't. He's always got like a ton of energy when he is talking. It's like
exactly. You want to have a race against that guy?
Yeah. No.
See, that's the thing about Steve though, because we don't know what he's capable of.
Complete wild card.
Yeah.
And he has some size on him too.
Yeah.
Very true.
And he's got the long flowing hair.
And he knows what the fastest land animal is.
There's that.
I think we all knew that one.
Yeah, we all knew that
the
one.
Others.
I like how we got that one right and it was just like surprised by the next 14. Like, what?
Exactly. So after deliberation, I really like the little scene where Nehemiah decides to turn himself into Brad's doppelganger. And
hilarious.
He's like, Johnny, use some of your weave and your glue, and she like crafts him this Brad-esque beard onto his face, and he does the eyeball thing and the walk. He's like, I'm ready, brother, I'm ready. And he goes, and Brad loves it. He thinks it's hilarious. He's like, you got the no blink thing down and everything. And it was like my favorite scene of the whole episode. So you have to watch it because Nehemiah does a fantastic Brad impersonation. It's
it was a great lighthearted moment in the middle of all this craziness.
Exactly. Yeah. It broke up the seriousness of what this entire episode is pretty much.
Well, just like Derek C doing a knit, whatever.
There's a lot of cross dressing in this series. And
I love those scenes.
Having so much fun.
I love that. That's what we're missing from the regular challenge.
100%. And you know, some people love or hate Bananas, and Bananas has been kind of echoing that for a while. You got to make it back fun again. All of these explosions and military style stuff.
Everything's on fire.
Explosions. But bring it back more fun, because we enjoy seeing it too. Like in perfect contrast, on season 37, they took everybody out for a boat day. It was completely useless. It didn't move the story forward, anything. Nothing came unfolded. You know, nothing was discussed. It was just like, hey, we went out on a boat date and now we're back.
Yes.
It was really empty and really a waste of time.
Absolutely. 100% agree with that.
Exactly. Me too. So thankfully, we don't have as much of this, though they do like to set stuff on fire like they did last week's elimination. But whatever. This time, it's not quite that way. This elimination, they basically have to carry these weighted bags up this ramp, drop it in a hole as fast as they can until it hits 1,000 pounds. And then it will raise this color puzzle that they have to solve. And whoever does this whole thing goes first. This wasn't a very exciting elimination to me. I mean, they were all pretty close, and it came down to the puzzle.
I mean, it looked tough, but I don't think it was produced or presented in 100% the best way.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was just kind of boring. It was underwhelming, I should say. And it was quick. You know, Ayanna and Katie got their puzzle lifted. It looked like pretty quick, you know, like a few seconds apart. And Katie just kind of blanks on the puzzle. It's one of those things where you have like 5 rows of colors and they're mixed up, and you have to like shuffle them around best way you can and basically match the colors up in each row. I play games like that all the time on my phone, so I probably would have done pretty well at it. And Ayanna clearly has experience playing those kinds of games because she solves the puzzle relatively quickly.
I probably wouldn't have carried all that weight up and down this. I wouldn't have gotten to the puzzle.
Yeah, I wonder how long it took them to carry the weight, because I don't know. They didn't really say how big the bags were.
They looked heavy though.
Yeah,
I think they said the bag. I think it was like a total weight of like 1,000 pounds or something like that.
Yeah, but like I wonder if the bags were like 15 pounds a bag, in which case then you're like, okay, then I have to lift like.
Could you not have carried
bags
2 at a time?
I guess not, because I didn't see anybody do that.
But I wondered if they were too heavy to carry 2 at a time. I don't know. Yeah, I guess not. I mean,
because I was thinking that too. I was like, shit, I'd throw one over my shoulder. I'd carry one, but I guess you could only do one at a time, maybe to make it as fair as possible. I don't know.
Maybe extend it out some.
Yeah. So Katie unfortunately loses. She's going home. I'm so bummed because I freaking love Katie so much.
I love Katie.
Yeah.
I'm sad to see her leave so goddamn early, and all because she unfortunately couldn't do the heights challenge, because she probably wouldn't have even had to go into elimination. I doubt they would have voted her in, but it is what it is. And then the guys go up, and it's also kind of underwhelming with them. I mean, they're pretty much neck and neck the whole time. They get their puzzles
for
first.
Brad and a Derek. Like, this is the elimination we get between these 2 guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. I know we could have had so much better. I would love to see those two in a more physical, like one-on-one,
hand-to-hand combat or something.
Yeah, something.
Can you imagine a balls in?
Oh, yeah.
Somebody would have a broken bone. I'd be shocked if nobody walked away with an injury.
Brad was in the first balls in against Abram, and it really set the tone going forward in eliminations.
I remember that elimination.
It was epic because we didn't have anything like that. No reality show was doing that, and it really set the tone for future eliminations. So it would have been real great to get a callback, because we're getting a lot of callbacks in the All Stars, a lot of old challenges, a lot of old eliminations. So that would have been nice to see. But I think this may prove that it's not exactly planned out.
Yeah,
because if you planned this out, you wouldn't do this for Brad versus Derek.
Not at all. So unfortunately, we got an underwhelming elimination between the two. Brad ends up figuring out the puzzle before Derek. Derek just kind of seems to freeze on it. So we say goodbye to Katie and Derek. I'm sad. I love them both.
You know, shocking. Wouldn't you guys think that more people would be going for Derek? Everybody was cheering for Brad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And I was a little confused. I was like, maybe he's not a house favorite as we may have, first perceived.
Or I guess not maybe with this batch of individuals. I don't know. But yeah, because even Derek commented on that.
And Brad is, he's been intermittent. He's done a couple of seasons in the past, and not a whole bunch lately. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'd rather go against a Brad than a Derek.
Yeah, I guess.
That's what I'm thinking.
But
like Brad, I said, somewhere in the back of their mind, they were all like, "At least Derek's gone." There had to have been a little bit of relief.
Yeah, but Brad's a beast too.
Yeah, I would never sleep on Brad.
But Brad
I want him to shave. I don't like this.
You don't like the beard? I thought the beard was pretty awesome.
It's out of control. I don't like it.
So there can be too much beard. All right.
Dude, it's like every year. It's like
I think I like it because I can't grow a full beard, and I would look like tough if I was able to grow a beard, and I just can't do it. Genetics.
I understand. My boyfriend's the same way.
Sucks to be you.
Right? You see, this is like 3 months of growth. This is
we'll just call John A. She'll fill in the rest for anybody who needs it. So that's pretty much, the end of the episode. Damn you, Casey and Steve. And Katie makes a comment saying, I suspect that, it's not going to be too much longer before you're gone. We're going to see if she's right. I like the episode overall. I'm enjoying this season. I enjoyed last season.
I really loved last season, and I really like it because it really changed the whole tone. Of course, everything gets a lot serious when somebody's eliminated, but we see there are two factions in the house. And season.
Yep. The nice thing is, though, even though there are two sides in the house, they all still get along. Everybody's relatively respectful. They go and they have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a whole different vibe.
For now.
Well, yeah, that's true.
True.
Because I don't think the alliances fully know about, I don't think the one with Kahada, I think Kahada's just started to figure out, okay, there's something else going on with the other dudes in the house when he saw, the whole him and Jody being put up. And I think as they come to fully realize just how not on each other's side they are, it could get a little ugly. I mean, the preview for next episode looks intense too.
Yeah, I mean, they got shot first. So, the other side hit first and they hit hard. And usually, that's what
you're taking Derek out's a wake-up call. They need to realize that.
Yeah.
But even his alliance members have to be a little relieved.
That's what I'm saying.
They have to worry about, my opinion. So that was pretty much it for All Stars. If anybody doesn't know already, it drops every Thursday, typically around 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Paramount Plus. I think there's going to be 10 episodes this season, so we're on episode 4. I would love more than 10 episodes.
It's going too fast already.
I know. It's almost halfway through.
I find it ridiculous that they started dropping these during the challenge.
I wish they would space it out because it's better for the fans. We have more stuff to watch.
Whose strategy is this?
I don't know. I don't think MTV.
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know if they listen to the fans, the actual challenge seasons would be better anyway.
It's very true. Speaking of the regular season, so we can talk a little bit about it if I can remember everything, because it's so hard to hold my attention these days on the regular season.
And they mess up a lot with the A block, because the A block is supposed to go through all of the narratives that we're going to have to go through for the rest of the episode, and it's supposed to set all of this up. And it really didn't this time around. I mean, we got, CT calling home and Tori talk about she feels like she needs to be a champion. But besides that, it, what is it? It hasn't done anything to move anything forward. Yeah. And they're all sitting around the house waiting to get called up to the final.
Yeah.
Pretty much. There's like no real deliberations. There's no scheming anymore. They're kind of just sitting around and waiting. And I mean, at this point, they've probably been in this goddamn house for 4 fucking months as it is. I don't think I'd want to scheme anymore after that many weeks in a house with people I'd barely tolerate.
And quarantine.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I would be like, I'm just ready. I'm ready.
It's so funny because, like, I don't even remember what happened in that episode.
So
they had the daily where they were running the gauntlet.
Yeah.
And they were throwing the balls.
Yeah.
And CT did the whole thing. Ruby shits the bed.
Basically.
Yeah.
Kyle kept falling.
I forgot about that.
They were like swinging the
Amanda
giant
doesn't get out of the
sacks at
water.
each other.
Devin was surprisingly really, really good in that elimination. He was responsible for a lot of people falling off.
He was.
So people always talk about him getting carried or him not contributing to as much as he claims that he's contributing, but I thought he did a pretty good job and came through.
Are you a Devin fan?
I hate Devin a lot less now. And I like being open to, I can change my opinion when I have new information.
Sure.
And Devin, Ashley, and Kyle are 3 people who I initially hated. And now I like them a lot more than what I did. I could stand them. There's so much more worse. This Josh. So there's so much more worse people you can dislike.
See, those 3 I actually have loved from day one. Even Devin from Are You the One? I liked him then. I have not liked him the last 3 episodes.
Yeah, he's getting too much attention on himself. And that can be really, really dangerous. Getting too close to the final to keep drawing negative attention. LWC, shut up.
Josh, no Josh. Thumbs down.
No, he's definitely the worst. But you guys are right. It's sad that, like, even now, the episode was a couple of days ago, it's hard to recall a lot of great moments. But there's one moment that really stuck with me. If it's okay, can I jump to nominations?
Yeah.
CT has been doing this show for a long time. And I noticed he was doing something. He was begging these rookies. He was begging anybody. Well, talk to me. What do you guys want to do? Everybody's sitting there. They don't want to say, hey, vote this person in because that person gets voted in. They're going to call them down. And they were scared. They're like, just too much respect here. Mm-hmm. What CT was really saying is, this is boring TV. Somebody needs to react. Somebody needs to say something. Give me something. He's probably looking right at the camera. Give me something. Do something. And I think that was really, really telling. A lot of people just said, like, oh, he wants them to talk about who they're going in. But no, he was saying, you guys are absolutely boring. Yeah. You guys really need to pick it up some. And when CT's doing that, whose whole game is, this elder statesman role that's really underground CT, if he has to jump up and say this because he's the most senior person there, that is really telling about this cast. And Nelson, you know better. You've been doing this for a while. You should do better. I like Nelson. Nelson has become such a fan favorite in the past couple of seasons. Yeah. It was a good time for him to step up.
I enjoy Nelson too.
I like Nelson. He makes me laugh.
And I mean, at the I was surprised in a way that they didn't nominate Emmanuel. Like, I don't give a shit that he's Emmy's friend. Like, she's a fucking rookie.
Right. But he's also helpful. But Logan also took Kyle's spot. That's 2 strikes right there. That's 66.6%. You're going in right there. And then CT, why shake the boat?
Yeah. I still think he should have Emmanuel, but whatever. It was Logan. And Logan called in Emmanuel to probably the one elimination that he shouldn't have called Emmanuel in. He really should have called Devin.
He
could have even called Nelson down.
Nelson's a good runner and pretty athletic. He probably would have given trouble.
I agree.
But I think because Nelson's shorter, he might have had a harder time stamina-wise as they went on with constantly having to jump over the rocket. But Emmanuel was not the one.
But I also see Nelson would not quit.
True.
Oh, no.
And that's exactly what happened with Logan. Because once they put it down to 10 seconds, it was just like, well, obviously, whoever trips or falls over first is going to lose. And I think Logan was getting so gassed, he had to trip and that's fine. It's a perfect out. Oh, I would have won, but I just tripped. It's so
my hamstring acted up on me.
Yep. It's a good out. You didn't quit, you didn't give up. You just lost, and there's no shame in losing. But the house is on notice. Emmanuel, not only did he do well, he did scary well. He was still ready to go. That's troublesome. Especially to somebody like a Devin or somebody like a Nelson who may have trouble keeping up with that kind of output. Even the CT, who is really, really good at figuring out the final and playing the long game for it and coming in first.
But Emmanuel's young, and he's got a lot of energy and a lot of endurance.
Yeah. It sucks, though, because I can't stand him.
I don't. The whole drinking blood thing is like mad weird to me.
It's so played
It's
out.
too much.
Yeah, chill.
Oh, that's why him and Tori get along so well.
Well, people keep bitching that she says Uncle CT, and I'm like, I'm more annoyed by him with the vampire stuff than.
That's also weird, but less weird because we all got one of your dad's friends that you called uncle your whole life, and the mother always goes, "It's not your uncle," but you know, I get that more than that, but I love how everybody calls him Great Value Jordan. And I just find that hilarious. Just hilarious.
I don't know. His teeth freak me out for some reason. I don't know.
Well, because not everybody in foreign countries can afford the same dental care.
It's not even like his teeth look rotten or anything.
I just made that up. So.
Like the shape of them or something weirds me out.
So he can drink your blood, Tia, because he's a vampire, didn't you know?
He just grows. I don't like him.
He's a Romanian vampire.
Whatever.
Vampire. He missed the whole vampire craze by a couple of years. If this was when Twilight and
about
stuff was
2 decades,
out, yeah, you missed it, man.
Twilight.
Yeah.
What, you guys still don't watch Twilight?
Yeah, that's true.
I watched
about 12
them.
years too late.
I like scary vampires. I don't like teen whatever
ones.
I was always Team Jacob, so.
I like Jacob better too.
Yes. Oh man, what happened to his career?
So, but the end of the episode, what happened?
Just a random thought.
He said, "What happened to his career?"
That's a great question.
He hasn't done anything.
I think he didn't want to do it anymore.
No.
He doesn't act anymore.
Well, he did one movie. He did like a big action movie.
He did a couple, and then he did like the one that was like really, really bad, and like people like eviscerated him for it, and then he's like, he ate Hollywood. And just left.
And then Robert Pattinson's like killing it in the acting with his movies.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
just
he's had some really good roles.
He's so good. Yeah.
Good Times. He was in Tenet. And now he's Batman.
Yeah, he's Batman. Right.
And it looks like it's going to be really, really good.
Right? Yeah.
I will judge it when it comes out.
You know what though?
We'll see.
When Dark Knight came out, nobody liked the fact that Heath Ledger was the Joker. We just like, what the hell were you guys thinking? Nobody thought it was. And then the movie came out. We was like, oh shit,
he's fucking great.
I don't care what anybody says. Best Joker it was. Changed the game. Loved it.
100%. I love.
Yeah, but we have to remember, Batman was also Ben Affleck, and that was terrible. So
wait,
we don't claim that.
Time out. What was that you said?
I can't stand Ben Affleck.
Why? Hold on. I mean, we all understand. We all understand he's the best actor of our generation. Definitely better than Leonardo DiCaprio, and he was an amazing Batman.
I'm gonna pull the movie. Time out. What?
The movie sucked. Listen, the movie sucked, but he was an amazing Batman.
Dude, he is not the best actor of our generation.
Yeah, he probably the best man of our generation. Ask J-Lo.
I'm not taking J-Lo's advice on men ever.
Okay, baby. Ask Matt Damon.
Is this a bit? Are you joking?
No, Ben Affleck is. I mean, that's who every little boy wants to be when they grow up. Just like Michael Jordan and Ben Affleck.
No, they don't.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, no, Ben Affleck is the absolute greatest, and we're just really lucky that we're alive in a time we get to witness this. It's not like Ben Affleck was an actor from the 30s or the 40s. You have to go back and watch. We get to live in it, and we are blessed for it.
How high are you right now?
Is this? Are we talking about the same Ben Affleck that's in the meme where he's half drunk smoking a cigarette? Like that Ben Affleck?
That Ben Affleck. Great actor. We're all so lucky and blessed. Thank you, Ben Affleck, for all that you do. For everything in America. Thank you.
Oh, sweetie, no.
Yes. Really? What? What's wrong with Ben Affleck? I know we are so off topic, but I want to get into this.
I just don't care for him at all.
You hate his face?
Leo DiCaprio.
I mean, besides that, I just don't find him appealing as an actor. He's been in things that I've liked, and I'll give him props for that, but I just don't. He doesn't do it.
It's the best when he's with Matt Damon.
No, somewhat. Have you seen Chasing Amy?
Yeah, and
amazing. That guy.
I give more props to Kevin Smith for that.
Both.
Thank you.
Both.
Yes.
Kevin Smith. Did you guys see the documentary that just came out about him? Clerk, that's on Amazon?
No.
I have not. Oh, is it on Amazon now?
Yep. It's amazing. No.
I'm going to have to watch it. I can't wait to see the new Clerks.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait for
I got to tell you guys about the time that I met him.
You met Kevin Smith?
Before I knew who he was. Comic book thing in New York. I'm still in high school. And we're all Frank Miller. It's a Frank Miller signing, and we're just talking with a whole bunch of people. And he got some people around him. He's talking, and we're just talking just a bunch of BS, about comic books or whatever. He goes, "Yeah, Kevin Smith." I'm like, "What do you do?" "I make movies." "What you make?" "Oh, Clerks, Mallrats." "Yeah, never heard of it." "Cool." I'm in like high school, so I was bad as a teenager. With me and 4 friends will walk like 2 miles to the Blockbuster in Freeport. We would go in, me and a friend, we would act like we're about to get into a fight, start tussling around, everybody all eyes on us. While that's happening, we got other 2 friends with backpacks throwing movies in their backpacks, and then we all just shake out. And when we get back to the house, we start trading up movies. I get one movie, open it up, Clerks. Like, what is this? Put it in, it's black and white. Oh, take it out. Sits around for like 3-4 months. Then one day,
did it occur to you that it was
not
who
at
you
all.
Talk to? No, okay.
Not at all. I put the movie in. By the time I hear the word 37, I am dying laughing. One of my favorite movies in the whole wide world. And then when he pops up at Silent Bob, I'm like, this is what he was talking about. And then ever since then, I've been a fan of his career.
That movie cracks me up. Story. The guy yells at his he says something like, "Try not to suck any dick."
And the guy walks, he goes, "Hey, you, get back here." They just wrapped actually Clerks 3 too. So Clerks 3 should be coming out. Yeah. So excited.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
So excited. Now I'm going to go watch Clerks 1 and 2. I love Clerks 2.
I have the Clerks 10th anniversary DVD set. That's like this fat.
Nice.
That's amazing. I love Kevin Smith.
He's so easy to love.
I know we totally went off topic, but I don't even care. This is better than the challenge.
Exactly.
So
anytime talking about Ben Affleck is a good time.
Anyway, moving on. So, just real quick on this. So, there was some stupid TV show on, and the only reason I watched it is because Kevin Smith was on there, and it was like these celebrities would make all these little videos, and it had like Maya Bialik and Tori Spelling. Anyway, they had to make all these videos, and the people would like vote on whose was the best. And Kevin Smith, he didn't win. I think Jason Mraz won, but his videos were hilarious. And it was all about his daughter's boyfriend living with them. Did y'all watch that at all?
No, but I would love to see it.
Yeah, you should check it out. I don't remember what it was called though.
I love
sorry.
Like, no, it's all good. I love a lot of Kevin Smith content, and then you find out he just does so much. It's like I don't know where he finds the energy to do this.
And it was hysterically funny. If you can find it, go watch it.
Oh, absolutely. Send me the name of it. I'll find it. And if you get a chance,
don't know the name of it. I don't remember.
I do remember a skit he did, I think for like Jimmy Fallon or something, called The Flying Car. And he brought back Randu and Dante. And they're sitting in the car, like in traffic, and they're discussing, hey, the future is really underwhelming. We're supposed to have flying cars. It's a whole skit. It's called The Flying Car. When you get a chance, check that out. It is absolutely hilarious.
I'll have
just
to look
classic
that up.
Kevin Smith humor.
I'll have to look that up for sure.
Wow, you guys are even more cooler in my eyes now than before. I mean, even minus the whole Ben Affleck thing, which I feel like I can turn you guys, but
I like Ben Affleck, but he is not.
Of course you do. Ben Affleck is the greatest.
Not my numero uno.
That is so funny. I would never. I don't know. I've never met anybody that said that before.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're the first person I've ever met that said that. I mean, people will, fight to the death for like Denzel.
Nah, Ben Affleck. Have you not seen Pearl Harbor? You must have seen it. I'm going to get it on Amazon for you.
I've seen it.
Yeah, amazing.
Yes,
right?
He wasn't the best thing in it.
Once again, the movie wasn't great. He was.
No.
Never seen Paycheck?
No.
He was the bomb in Phantoms.
Did I see Paycheck?
Phantoms.
Yes, Phantoms was great. Ben Affleck was okay.
All right.
The movie was great because the book was great.
I didn't read the book.
Dean Koontz, check it out.
Most definitely. I've always been a John Grisham kind of guy.
Oh, okay.
So I don't really read court lawyer.
I find it so, I don't know. I find it really fascinating. I spent too much time in court, probably.
I don't really read those kind of books, but I watch those kind of shows and movies.
Some of the movies came out really good. Oh, Matt Damon was in one. I think it was called The Rainmaker.
Yeah, probably. I do love Matt Damon when he's not putting his foot in his mouth.
I pretty much only watch horror movies and comedies.
How do you feel about the new Halloween movies?
How do I feel about them? They're okay. I'm never gonna say stop making movies or whatever, because I'm gonna watch them whether I know they suck or not. Are they great? No.
They're like the Fast and Furious of horror movies now.
I've never seen Fast and Furious.
But they were enjoyable.
They were.
Fast and Furious is a dumb movie, but you know what? Turn your brain off for 2 hours and just enjoy it. I do
that with really bad horror movies. That's how I turn my brain off.
See, I didn't watch a lot of horror movies because I never actually got scared, thinking that but horror movies are really just comedy movies. They really are. You just sit there and kind of laugh, and kids love them. But I've never been a big horror fan, and a lot of the remakes aren't really great. But I like the real self-aware ones: Scream, Cabin in the Woods, anything Freddy Krueger. And it was funny.
Insidious ones; those are my favorites.
So the funniest thing about Freddy Krueger. A couple of years ago, I was out of work for a little bit. I was like, all right, well, I got some time. I'm only working Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to grab all of these movie series and I'm going to watch them all. So I grabbed, all of the Jason movies, all of the Freddy movies, all of the Aliens, all of the Matrix. I'm just going to run through them all. And I get to the second Freddy Krueger movie and I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this one. And I'm watching, I'm just like, there's some real undertones in this movie. And I turned to my roommate at the time, like, listen, man, I'm not trying to be messed up. I'm just like, this is like a really gay movie, right? They're like, is it? I'm like, yeah. And then you go and you look into it and you can see a lot of the people in that movie, they did a lot of stuff on their own purpose. And so many people was watching the second movie and did not get it. And it was great. The lead actor was, the director was, and it was such a great movie. And they slipped it in with nobody realizing it till you see it years later. It was really classic stuff.
If you haven't watched the remake, don't bother.
Friday the
remake
13th?
that they did. Oh no, I thought we were talking about. Are we talking about Nightmare on Elm Street? Or are we talking about Friday the 13th?
Oh, I'm sorry, Nightmare on Elm Street 2. Yeah, I actually did see the remake. I did see it, and I seen it in the movies on one of the worst dates I ever had.
Oh, it's terrible.
It was.
Wow, so you watched a bad movie on a bad date?
Yeah. Oh God, it's terrible. It was absolutely terrible. I don't have a lot of those, but it was bad.
Damn, we got way off track.
Yeah, we did.
And my battery's about to die too.
Okay, we'll wrap this up. So they ended the episode of the challenge with TJ going, oh, guess what? We're going to have 2 more eliminations. And then cliffhangered it.
Who do you think tickets is going to get punched? I don't know about Devin or Nelson. I feel like it might be their time.
Well, we're a spoiler group, so we already know.
I know who wins, but I don't know who.
Like,
I don't know how
who
this
goes out
shakes
in the
out.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on if they're going to allow CT, Emmy, and Kyle to remain safe.
Oh, that's solid.
Like, are they off limits for the female and the male eliminations? Or is everybody fair game? And if everybody's fair game, how the hell are we going to make that decision?
We just don't know the criteria.
I'm interested to see how this is going to pan out. And are they going to do both eliminations next episode? I mean, they have to. Please don't stretch that shit out in 2 episodes.
No, and it got me a little bit worried because now is the final going to be 1 episode? I mean, I'm used to 2 episode finals, which are okay, but I'm kind of okay if you could get it wrapped up in 1.
Are there 4 episodes left? 4
Somebody posted a schedule in the group.
How many episodes are in this season? We don't have one more left? 1 or 2 more left?
Let's see.
I want to say
we're on 16, right?
We just had episode 17.
17?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like I read somewhere there's maybe like 4 left after this last one.
It's a lot of episodes.
But I don't know how. Is that including the reunion?
Yes.
Oh God, I hope they don't 2-part that. 2-part the final, not the reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So December 1, episode 17. December 8, the twist and the final begins. So the next 2 episodes are the leading up to the final. Final starts. Then final concludes on the 15th, and then we have 2 reunions.
So there's 4 left.
There's 2 regular episodes left.
Okay. Right, and 2 reunions.
And then 2 reunion.
Yeah, so 4. Yeah. Okay.
I actually have not watched a reunion since I think War of the Worlds 2. I just totally stopped watching the reunions.
I like the reunions.
I used to love them, but now
They cut all the good shit out now.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I really love. Everybody really misses the shit they should have shown.
Yes.
But I've also become a very big fan of these 0 episodes, where the first episode is like, released. Yeah, and it's just everybody getting to know each other, and they're partying before. I really, really like that. That way, the official first episode, it sets the expectation right. Hey, episode 0. Everybody gets here, everybody's talking. To episode 1, jump right into the shit.
It's like their prequel episode.
Exactly. Love it.
Right.
It's a good idea. I hope they keep that.
I think it's a good format. And of
course, they need to listen to us.
That's what we've been saying this whole time.
They just try to ban Malik every chance they get.
They are on my ass so much.
Well, before we go to Malik's website and get your t-shirt. See?
I have one too. I just didn't wear it. But yeah.
Yes, that's going to be at shopthechallenge.com. You can pick up a lot of Cash jerseys. You can pick up T-shirts. I will customize a T-shirt for you. Just there's a little form you fill out. Send it to me. I usually get those back in about 24 hours. Also, don't forget, there's also, mugs, duvets, shower curtains. Anything you want your name on, or if you need a specialized, customized job, I can go ahead and do that for you. We appreciate everything.
Christmas.
It is perfect for Christmas.
Yes.
Thank you.
And it's affordable and it's good quality. Tia and we both have shirts.
Yes, I went ahead and dropped all T-shirt prices for $20. So if you just want to get a nice little T-shirt, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. Okay. I remember just thinking, once they start putting the names and the flag on the jersey, I was like, oh my God, I will rock the shit out of that. Where can I get one? MTV doesn't make these. Nobody else is really, I think there was like 1 or 2 Etsy shops. Somebody else on Twitter who makes it. Danny also makes a lot of great stuff out there too. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, you know what? There's a need. Found a way to fill it. And that's how Shop the Challenge was born.
And we love it. So we go support it. Thank you again, Malik, for joining us.
I assure you the pleasure was all mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
we've always wanted to do this. We absolutely love you.
Talking to you.
Yes, if you haven't checked out his pod, Love War Challenge, check them out. They're great. I love your guys' discussions on the episodes and the back and forth. It's fantastic.
Makes 2 of us.
Yes. How was it not being the commentator?
It was fun. I'm really excited that I don't have to get everybody's different audio and put it together and master it. This is fun. I get to kind of just come here and just talk a little bit. You ladies was definitely lovely. This was so much fun. We got to do this again.
Yes,
come absolutely. Back. Yeah, come back anytime.
Yes. Absolutely.
100%.
We'll just shoot the shit.
We could just have a Ben Affleck episode. No, too much. Okay, too much.
Too much.
Simmer down.
Maybe the next one. All right, guys. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you.